If you set boundaries with your adult child and they never seem to stick, I spent years in that exact loop. Here's what I finally learned was missing. I tried every boundary I could think of with my son: curfews, job deadlines, contribution to expenses, and every single one crumbled within a week. Then I learned that most boundaries fail for three specific reasons. One, they're too vague. Get a job becomes I'm looking. Be more responsible becomes I'm trying. And nothing changes. What finally worked: have a start date by September 1st, working at least 20 hours a week. No wiggle room. Either he did it or he didn't. Two, the consequence doesn't actually matter to them. If losing his car keys is easier than getting a job, he'll call your bluff. The consequence has to be less comfortable than taking action. Three, and this was the hardest one for me, parents have to stop managing the process. Once you set the boundary, you don't remind, you don't nag, you don't check in every day. The deadline comes and they either met it or they didn't. The consequence kicks in, not because you're angry, but because that's what was agreed. When my boundaries failed, it was never because my son was impossible. It was because I set vague expectations, chose consequences that didn't matter enough, or I couldn't stop myself from managing every step. If this hit home, follow for more. I help parents of struggling young adults break the patterns that keep everyone stuck.